Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the technical glitch we've experienced for the past 11 minutes. I apologize for that. But I'm fully here now, and we can officially kickstart this event. Once again, I want to welcome everyone to another amazing, interesting roundtable series session. We have been having this roundtable series session for quite a while now, and it has been so enlightening so far. And today will not be an exception, I believe so. Welcome once again. My name is Tari Robinson. I'm a programs associate at ADEM Africa, and I will be your host for today. All right, so if you are joining us from anywhere in the world, please, I want you to go to the comments and tell us where you are joining from. As for me, I'm joining from Nigeria, and I would like to know where you're joining from. Okay, Onesimus says, hello everyone. My name is Onesimus. I'm joining from Uganda. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Ladi says she's joining from Nigeria. Ladi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Dan says he's joining from Abuja. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another exciting roundtable series we're about to have. Basser said he's joining from Nigeria as well. Wow, Nigeria has been well represented. I can't wait for other countries to be represented as well. Welcome, everyone. So, how is the weather where you are? Bernard said he's joining from Kenya. Bernard, welcome, 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 welcome. Bernard, how is the weather in Kenya? If you like, you can unmute and speak to us for a few seconds. I just want to know what's happening in other countries right now. In Nigeria, where I am, particular state where I am is quite chill. It's not raining, it's not sunny. It's just evening, and it's a cool evening. Yeah, it's a cool evening. Oh, Bernard said the weather is chilly, very cool. Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Bernard, that's amazing. Thank you for the feedback. South Africa is cold as well. Oh, wow, that's good. That's amazing. Mm. All right, all right, all right. Welcome, Teresa from Ghana. Welcome, Teresa. We are glad to have you here. So, without wasting much time, we'll dive right into the session proper. Like I've already introduced myself, my name is Tari Robinson, and as a programs associate from ADM Africa, and I'll be your host for today. Today we have an interesting topic, a topic that you know one that is not widely talked about in this part of the world. I was trying to do some research while I was preparing for this meeting, and it amazed me that every person I saw talking on this topic or writing on this topic were mostly, our brothers that are whites. And I was like, we are Africans. What are Africans talking about, saying concerning this topic? And the topic is not that one, that financing our future, climate actions through sustainable investment. Financing our future, climate action through sustainable investment. So when I was doing my research, like I said, there are not a lot of Africans out there that are, investing in this aspect of the SDGs. And I'm very grateful that this is exactly what we get to talk about today. Because I'm sure that there are Africans out there that are also doing something, that are also saying something. And that is why we are here right now to talk, about this topic. So, I'll be opening the panel session. I'll be opening the panel session. so that we can all air our opinions. What do we think about this topic? So, financing our future, climate action through sustainable investment. First of all, what is sustainable finance? If you look into the word sustainable finance, it means considering the impact of investment on the environment, the society, and how you know they are being governed. They are being governed, and not just focusing on making money alone. Where exactly is our money going into, and the places where our money are going into, are they sustainable? Are they beneficial to the environment, or they're just about making income? So these are the things that we would like to talk about today. So for my very first question will be this. It will be this. When you hear the term sustainable investments, what comes to your mind? As a change agent, as an SDG advocate, as someone who is doing amazing work in your community, when you hear the term sustainable investment, what comes to your mind? And why do you think people like us should care about this topic? If you like to contribute towards this question, please unmute your mic and the floor will be yours. Anyone wants to come up and share with us what they think about the term sustainable investment? What comes to your mind when you hear the term sustainable investment? And why should people like us, care about it? Okay, let me go to the comment section. Kingdom, all right. Kingdom said financing climate initiatives and programs in perpetually. Okay, okay, okay. I think what Kingdom is trying to say is that when you hear the word sustainable investment, it means that you are financing climate initiatives. Yes, yes, I think that is true. Okay, and empowering climate initiative. Good, good, good. Is there any other person who would like to share their thoughts concerning this question? Anyone? We would like to hear from you. Please unmute your mic and speak to us. This is a panel session. Everyone is allowed to air their opinion. Yes, everyone is allowed to air their opinion. The floor is for everybody. Everybody is a speaker, not just the moderator. Everybody is a speaker. So you can unmute your mic and share your thoughts with us. Is there a hand I'm missing? Is there anyone who wants to share? Okay, let me go to the comment section again. Ladi Sunday. Ladi Sunday says, investment for long-term impact on present generation and future generations to come. I think I agree with you. For an investment to be sustainable, it means that it has to be long term, right? We are not just considering our gains in this generation, but also having the future generations to come at heart while we are making those investments. I think this is a brilliant, brilliant definition, because when we talk about sustainable investment, whatever our money is being put in, wherever our money is being put into, it should be something that will benefit us now and also the future generations to come. Yeah. And then Wada said Sustainable investment means to do something that benefits the community for a long period. Exactly, I agree with you. Oh, Kingdom wants to hear his opinion. So, Kingdom, please, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Hope I am reaching you very well, very audible.
Yes, we can hear you clearly. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My take is that sustainable investment is related to climate financing, referring to allocating funds to those projects or initiatives that are or that prioritize with environmental sustainability. This might be through renewable energy or energy efficiency or sustainable infrastructure, uh, green technologies or innovations. Hello,
Amazing,
everyone.
amazing,
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah. This may be mitigating or adapting to climate change. Also promoting sustainable development, or it might be managing those risks associated with climate change. Thank you.
I think I agree with you. I agree with you. That's a beautiful contribution. Thank you so much, Kingdom. Thank you. Thank you. At the comment section, Bernard is saying that um, sustainable financing is it refers to financing solutions that are able to solve societal challenges while making their operations self-reliable, even without further funding and without harming the ability of other generations to do the same. Oh, wow. This is detailed and this is very, I think it's an inspiring aspect, a way of looking at this topic. We cannot talk about sustainable investment without having our future generations in mind. I like the fact that Bernard highlighted the fact that the solutions are self-reliable, meaning that when funds are not there anymore, they are still able to, be useful, right? This brings me to a particular uh, investment, particular investment that was held some years ago. I think it's called the Play Pump. I don't know if anybody heard about the Play Pump project. So the Play Pump project is a project that was meant to, children were meant to play on the play pumps, and they when as they play, the water pumps, But with time, they begin to realize that, if children does not play, the water won't pump. And if water doesn't pump, there will be no water for the community. And so they ended up exploiting children, which was a wrong thing. And then the whole project was, you know, terminated because it was not sustainable, right? It was not sustainable at all. Without children playing, the water won't pump. And so that project, even if millions of dollars were invested into it, it ended up a total failure. And that is because the future was not put in mind while creating that solution. So, Bernard, I agree with you that financing sustainable investment is financing solutions that are able to solve societal challenges while making the operation self-reliable. Emphasis on self-reliable. Thank you so much, Bernard, for that wonderful, wonderful contributions. So we are going to move to the next question, which is I don't know, but when you think about investment, people might think, oh, it's meant for big companies, big billionaires, people that are rich, right? So I want to ask, can someone who isn't rich or a big investor still make money choices that can help the planet? Do you think someone that is not very wealthy and is not a big investor, huh? And is not a big investor, still make money choices that can help the planet? If you think so, how? Yes. How? If you think so, how? Do you think you and I can still make money choices that will help the planet? Is that possible? Or um or financing our future is meant for only big investors? Is it meant for just big investors, or you and I can actually do something about it? Does anyone want to throw some light on that question? Anyone in the comments, or if you want to speak to us, you can unmute and speak to us. Anyone? Kingdom, do you want to share something on that? Ladi,
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear the question.
okay, let me take the question again. I said, can someone who is not rich or someone who is not a big investor still make money choices that can help the planet? Did you hear me now? Were you able to grab the question?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Individually, I don't have money, but I am involved in climate issues. So it is a yes for me. Why? Because it's driven from passion. That small action I am doing have got a big impact in protecting the environment. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for that answer. To further throw more light on your answer, can you tell us how we as ordinary people, everyday people, be able to, make financial decisions that positively affect the planet? Ladi, okay, Ladi, you can unmute and speak to us.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Welcome, Ladi.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
My name is Ladi Sunday Uja. So the answer is yes, if I get you very well. That is, you're trying to say that I'm not Jogunte right now. I am not a Adeleke. So how can I give advice? How can I make impacts or give advice on how the climate can be wealthy? Is that not the question?
How can you make money choices that can make positive impact on the society, on the environment?
Okay. First, if I have idea is bigger than money. That is to me one. And then when I have passion, so I can be able to make a money choice. I don't know if I'm on right track. So first of all, ideas, and then from experience from my part, and then from others, I can put together, and then I can be able to make money choice for climate decision.
Can you hear me now, please? Please, can someone kindly confirm that you can hear me loud and clear? Okay, thank you, Ladi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So moving on, I want to ask, as change makers, as people who have, worked in the SDG sector for a while now, do you believe that businesses can make money and still protect the environment? Do you believe that businesses or companies can make money and still protect the environment? Is that possible? Is that possible to make money at the same time? Okay, Vincent, please unmute your mic and speak. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Although I'm on transit, business can still go on and still protect the environment. And there are some business like business of recycling. It's a business that still protect the environment. Like apart from that, all these business of is it horticulture, those people selling flowers on the roadside for tree planting and other things, is still a business that still protect the environment. And those even picking can from the street or from the street or from shops and still reuse them in making different drinks, local drinks. They are also still protecting the environment. Those in waste management, they are also waste management, especially most of the estates. You discover that people engage in managing the waste, packing the waste, and dropping it in a safe place. And apart from that, also pick some other things from those waste for recycling. All these things are part of our business that still maintain or control environmental hazard. Thank you very much. I'm on transit.
Vincent, thank you so much. Thank you for that beautiful response. The response brought our mind back to the everyday things that people around us are doing as they make money and then still protect the environment. So you see these people that pick trashes, in bulk and then sell to companies. No, they are all part of the process. It just means that you don't have to be a big investor to actually make money choices or business choices that impact the environment positively. Vincent, thank you for that beautiful contribution. Thank you for that beautiful contribution. So now let's move over to government and organizations. How can government and organizations make sure that the money they spend or invest is helping solve climate problems, not making them worse? How can businesses and governments, organizations make sure that the money they spend or invest is helping solve climate problems and not worsening the situation? We've experienced some decisions by government and by organizations. They think that they are helping, whereas what they are doing is even worsening the situation. That doesn't mean sometimes the project has already been executed before they know that, oh, this is not right. We have to stop this, and really know what we are doing. Okay, Vincent, please unmute your mic and speak. Vincent, you can go ahead. Vincent, you can go ahead and speak to us. All right. While we wait for Vincent, let me go to the comment section. Deborah says government should set up a follow-up committee to oversee the project's impacts on climate change effects. Okay. I believe she's trying to say that there should be monitoring and evaluation methods to really check and really evaluate those projects that they've been investing on to see if those projects are actually, you know, having positive impact on the environment. So does any other person want to throw more light on this? Does any other person? Okay. All right. Without wasting more time, let's move right into why should banks and investors care about climate change? How can we encourage them to support green solutions? Why do you think banks or investment banks should care about climate change? Like, why should they care? Why should they care? And how can we encourage them to support green solutions? If you were to be a governor for a day, or a president for a day, or if you were to hold a certain position of influence, now that in such that you can, adjust policy, what would you advise banks or investors? How can you encourage them to support green solutions? Why do you think they should care about? For me, I believe that banks and investors and other big organizations, they kind of have the biggest footprints on the planet. Why? Because the activities they do, let's take oil companies and for example, the activities that oil companies do from the beginning of their project, the beginning of their product to the end of their product, have a very huge impact on the planet. So I feel like investors that are connected to a company like that should care about climate change. They should care about it because they are the ones that have the biggest impact, the biggest carbon footprint on the planet. And so we as change makers, we should use our voices, our platforms, our positions, to encourage key players in the sector to support green solutions. It could be as simple as using a social media platform as a change agent. Yeah, it could be as simple as that. It could be as doing a research and putting up a publication. It could be an advocacy movement. It could be just about anything. Just make sure that your voice is being heard and that you're doing something. Okay, Kingdom, if you'd like to speak to us, you can unmute your mic.
Okay. If I read the question very well, is it being, how are we going to persuade the banks to be involved in climate action?
Yes, banks
Okay.
and investors. How can we encourage them? Yes.
Okay. My take will be as I know, the bank have got executives or CEOs. I would approach them and offer capacity buildings that will help them develop expertise or skills to implement sustainable practices. Or it might be to partner with them by forming environmental organizations or agencies that promote sustainable development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kingdom. That was a wonderful contribution you gave. That's a wonderful contribution you gave. Thank you so much. So I want to ask this very important question. I want to ask if peradventure money that are going into solar energy, that are going into projects like solar energy, clean water, and climate smart farming, if those money are stopped, or what do you think is stopping? Yeah, that's it. What do you think is stopping more money? Because it seems like some organizations are doing something about it. People are taking actions, but it seems like the progress is very slow. It seems like we're not even heading anywhere. Some countries don't even have any report to give of how they are able to slow down climate change. Some countries don't have data to give. So what do you think is stopping more money from going into projects like clean water, like climate smart farming, like solar energy production? What do you think are restricting funds from going into a project like that? Vincent, please unmute your mic and go take the stage. Unmute your mic and take the stage.
Thank you very much. If I can hear you very well, though I have a network glitch or issues. The only thing there is just that I discover one thing that is restricting fund from getting into sustainable development program is one of the major is embezzlement and corruption. Because in most cases, I remember when a friend of mine was talking about planting of trees along Abuja metropolis and down to Rosso Karachi axis. That project was actually approved, but it never worked. Why? Because the fund was actually released, but it never worked. Why? Because of embezzlement. So we have some corrupt leaders or some corrupt persons that indulge in embezzling the fund instead of using it for the right purpose. That is one of the factors that restrict fund from SDG. Thank you.
Yeah, it's sad, it's Vincent, I agree with what you said, and honestly, I agree with what you said, and it's very sad. It's very sad that the money that are being budgeted for projects like this are either being embezzled, or the project do not go through at all, or the project stop halfway and never gets completed. It's very sad. It's very sad. We just hope that more change makers would be put into policy decision tables, so that this issue will be limited as low as possible. Because whether we like it or not, the climate is not changing. The climate has already changed, and it's getting worse. The more funds are being reduced or cut down or embezzled, the more we are just getting worse. So we just hope that things like putting money into this project will get better with time. We really hope so. And that's why this conversation is being held right here, so that you and I can go back into our societies and do our very best to make sure that climate change actions will continue to forge ahead. Now, how can climate-friendly investment also create jobs and improve life for people in local communities? Now, our attention has been shifted to local communities. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think climate-friendly investment can, how can climate-friendly investment also create jobs and improve life for people in local communities? How can climate-friendly investment also create jobs and improve life for people in local communities? Dan, please kindly mute your mic. Dan, please kindly mute your mic. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, okay, thank you. All right. Vincent, do you want to throw more light on that?
Yes, thank you very much, Ma. It is very interesting because creating job opportunity in Nigeria, especially in the local or rural area, is very, very vital. And I strongly believe that climate action or investment on the environment can also create jobs. Like in the agricultural sector, investment in agricultural sector, like tree planting, you understand, can create job opportunity because most trees later on can be felled to use into plywood. Apart from that, some economic trees also generate a revenue. Like let me put it, some fruit trees, they generate revenue. And anybody that have a fruit orchard, basically is contributing to environmental protection. Then apart from that, within the community, all this, although that one is mostly in the urban area, where they sell flowers and all these things. They also create job opportunity. Then in terms of the recycling, it's even much more in the local area where they use the recycling bottles to produce kuno or zobo and other things. This generates money. So investment in those sectors, anything on recycling, anything on tree planting, creates job opportunity. Thank you very much.
Okay, Vincent, thank you so much for that wonderful contribution. But I would like to ask you a question, Vincent. I would like to ask you a question because it seems like you're the most active person on this panel right now, and I can feel your passion. I can feel your passion for this topic. And so I want to ask you a very simple question. If somebody gives you a fund, right? Can you hear me, Vincent?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, so my question is this: if someone gave you a grant or investment to support a climate idea, what would you do with it? And
In,
who would it
in
help?
fact, in fact, if you give me a grant,
Okay,
it will help a lot of people
okay,
around me. All this, apart from waste management,
okay.
recycling of bottles, even if in fact recycled and recycled,
Mm,
that is reused. The first one will be reused. Those
mm,
things can be also be crushed and used to reproduce new one again. It's
mm-hmm,
another big investment going on. And this generation where we are now, they take a lot of soft drink, a
mm-hmm,
lot.
mm-hmm,
You understand? So there
mm-hmm,
is can, and trash everywhere
mm-hmm,
for recycle. And in fact, just the way they say in Nigeria, we in fact they mentioned the tone in one of our programs, which the tone of what waste in Nigeria, and we cannot even recycle up to 4% of it, which means there is business in this area. Apart from that, planting of economic trees. Are you getting me? That is go
mm-hmm,
into agriculture. It's another aspect again. I'm from Benue State, but residing in Abuja. But agricultural sector is one of the booming area within
mm-hmm,
this period because either I like it or not, people must be. But what you will plant should be an economic tree that should be beneficial for many people. You cannot do it alone, mind you. You must have to engage people. If you are going into recycling, you must have to engage all those local drinks producers and empower them also. You must
mm-hmm,
also have to engage all those people that are picking trash. like all this, this aluminum can of malt. I don't know if you understand that. They're also big business because they can be used also to make pots and other things again. They can be used to make pots. They melt them and use it to make. There are businesses on this aspect. Much more, in fact, uncountable businesses. Thank you. There are a lot more. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, there's a striking thing you said. You said that the amount of waste in Nigeria that we are not even able to recycle even 4% of them. Is that really true?
Yeah, there is one. It's just that I cannot actually read. As I'm telling you, I'm on transit going back to Abuja from Benue State, from Macaulay. But what I'm
Wow.
trying to tell you is that
Mm-hmm.
that is, one of our program. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot actually recall, but I know I jot it down. They said we generate about tons.
Mm-hmm.
They mention the tons, and we have not recycled 4% of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, people that educator, our educator or facilitator, they are
Mm-hmm.
a good researcher that have find out about this. And they come up with facts. So if they come up
Yeah.
with
Yeah, true.
it simply means there's business in that area. There are things we
Yes,
can do,
exactly.
and we need to partner with the government. There is need for approval from it. There's need to register it, even if possible with CAC, for you to engage in this kind of business on a serious note.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Vincent. That's a very big market, a very big market right there, Recycling business is a very big market right there. I just wish that more people will look into it and make it a sustainable business and an attractive one at that, because that's money right there, just wasting around our environment. And I believe that it's the same thing for other African countries as well. So think we've come to the end of this amazing panel session. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in from all across Africa. Thank you, Kingdom from Zimbabwe. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Abubakar. It was an amazing insight, and I'm very glad that we had this conversation. My thought will be that even as we go back to our various communities, we keep trying our best to support climate action in any way that we can, no matter how small. We don't have to be investors to do that. We don't have to be rich to do that. We don't have to have only big companies to do that. We can all, starting from the little activities we do at home to how we decide to invest our finances, we can do something in our own way. We should not always wait for government. We should not wait for big companies or investors to, do something. We can also do something in our little way. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, this is the SDG Roundtable series for the month of June, and it will continue in other months with more amazing topics. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platform, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, so they can stay updated on the next roundtable series that we're going to have, because it will be as impactful as it has always been. Is there any final notes anyone wants to share? Maybe final words you want to share with the house? You can unmute your mic and speak. Kingdom, do you want to talk to us? Kingdom,
Okay.
go ahead.
Uh, if someone is if someone is involved in soccer games, I will share a link where it is written scholarships for grants for those involved in climate action through using soccer.
Okay,
Scholarships.
is that a question you're asking?
I will. No. I'm just if there is someone who want to finance his action through soccer, there is this scholarship called chevening scholarships. I will share in the group.
Oh, okay. If you can share the link through the chat box, through the comments box, so that other people that can find it useful will be able to access it. Thank you so much, Kingdom, for that thoughtful initiative. Thank you. So again, we have come to the end of the panel session. On behalf of ADEV Africa, on behalf of the leadership of ADEV Africa, we say thank you for being here. We cannot wait to host you on our next SDG Roundtable series. Stay blessed and see you again. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.